position of the decision maker in Israel.
Hi guys, welcome back to XCOM Enemy Within.
What they are seeking, and
just loading it up here.
In their mind is one,
okay, yeah, we were at the start of a mission.
Ceasefire proposal for weeks and months on the table to accomplish that, similar to what happened in November, but completely rejected by Hamas for the reasons stated. The other thing is the military operation in Rafah. They know full well that the leaders of this organization that are still alive are in those tunnels in Rafah, as are 4 or 5 effective battalions. They do not want them to be able to survive and rearm and re-equip and attack again in a matter of weeks or months. The other thing they're interested in is on the southern border of Israel that runs along the Egyptian border. It's called the Philadelphia Corridor. And along that corridor, it's 9 miles in length, are the tunnel complexes that they smuggled all the arms and munitions in from Egypt into Hamas. They know they have to destroy that. Even if they destroy the battalions in Rafah and kill most of the leaders, those smuggling tunnels would be used to rearm and re-equip Hamas. They have been the main sustainment of their weapons and ammunition. So the military importance of the operation in Rafah is uppermost in Prime Minister Netanyahu's mind, for sure. The other thing is hostage release, and he has huge pressure at home for that. So those are the positions these leaders have, and what makes it intractable, and I think there's an accurate reporting, is Sinwar is saying, well, I want a permanent ceasefire and I want the withdrawal of Israeli troops. If I can't get a permanent ceasefire now, I want to see a clear pathway and a guarantee that that will happen eventually. I don't believe the Israelis can agree to that, and I think that's the basis for the impasse that we have. So that's the reality of what is taking place on the ground. And listen, so everybody understands this. Sinwar has lost close to 25,000 Hamas fighters. In his mind, the martyrdom of somewhere in the neighborhood of 35,000 Gazan citizens, from elderly folks to women and children, all included in that. He is willing to lose more fighters, and he's willing to lose tens of thousands of more Gazans, in his mind, martyred for the cause. That is the diabolical and sinister nature of what we are really dealing with here, and we can never lose sight of who they are and what they're about. He believes he's winning this war because of the widespread international condemnation of Israel, the President of the United States publicly opposing Israel's war aims now, and the rise up of certain students around the world supporting Hamas, as well as supporting the Palestinians. That, in his mind, is a strategic victory. And the sacrifice of what I laid out, in his mind, is also worth it, and he's willing to do more of it. And remember, it is all about the eventual destruction of the state of Israel, and he believes he is succeeding at that goal. And that makes, fundamentally, an agreement between these two parties pretty unlikely, without a major concession by Hamas.
I'm going to leave it there. I mean, I think you laid it out all on the table. I don't really have a follow-up. You covered everything that I was going to ask you, and it does seem like we're in a pickle that's going to be really tricky to get out of. And I know you're watching it closely, and of course we'll have you back to give your further analysis on this. Retired General Jack King, thank you as always.
Sure, great talking to you, Raquel. Thank you.
Thank you. Eric?
Well, she broke down on the stand testifying against the former president on Friday. What effect will Hope Hicks' testimony have on the Trump trial? And who could take the stand tomorrow? We'll break it all down next, right here on Fox News Live.
When you're a small business owner, your to-do list can be a lot.
Over here.
Progressive makes it easy to save with a commercial auto quote online, so you can take on all your other to-dos.
Already did.
See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com.
Introducing Club Advantage. It's everything you need for weight loss and wellness all in one place. Join now and get unlimited access to high-protein meals that help control hunger, science-backed nutrition, a dedicated support team, and personalized meal plans that work with any weight loss approach. Choose any amount of breakfast, lunches, dinners, and snacks at any time. No minimum purchase and no cancellation fees. Plus, get convenient delivery on your schedule free. Join right now to get your 30-day free trial.
If you know luxury, it's not just a part. It's everything. Software mattresses supports all types of sleepers with durable steel coils and crushed organic cotton. Luxury is handcrafted in American factories and brought directly to you with our free in-home white glove delivery service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Satva to friends and family. Satva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
She always thinks of others first. But for one day, it's all about her. Celebrate Mom and all she does with thoughtful Mother's Day gifts from WeatherTech. Treat her to laser-measured WeatherTech floor liners and cargo liner to keep her vehicle looking like new. Keep Mom's phone in reach with hands-free viewing with Cup Phone. She can feel like she's on cloud 9 with the anti-fatigue comfort map. Or pick a gift card and let her choose. Find these American-made gifts Mom will appreciate all year long at WT.com. Happy Mother's Day from WeatherTech.
Most guys get serious eye bags as they go. But most guys don't do anything about it because most guys don't really understand safety. They think it's too expensive and they don't believe that anything actually works. But here's the thing. Most guys are wrong because there are actually a few ways to reduce your eye bags, and one of the easiest, Article 6-in-1 face cream, actually works really well. And most guys actually can afford it. Because it's 6-in-1 formula means you're getting 6 products at the two door. Just wash your face and then massage in Article 36. Before you know it, you're looking younger than, well, most guys. But forget about most guys. Just be you. Got a younger version. You know, right now at partofmen.com, we've got free shipping in the United States plus 30-day money-back guarantee. Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. You can breathe better. What isn't better? This is better. This is better. That's better. And that. Even this. Dupixent is an add-on for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function. That's pretty good. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. Doesn't that make things better? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Tell your doctor right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or parasitic infection. Don't change your stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. Isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma.
Well, former President Trump's criminal trial set to resume tomorrow morning here in Manhattan after there was some emotional testimony Friday from OPEX. And Judge Juan Merchan is considering holding the defendant in contempt of court again on 4 additional gag order violations. We may find out about that tomorrow. And we're waiting to see, of course, if the key star witness, former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen, testifies soon. It was mentioned a lot on Friday. Joining us now for a preview, civil rights attorney, member of the Republican National Lawyers Association, Richard St. Paul. So Richard, Ms. Hicks was very close to the former president. Obviously, it was difficult and emotional for her to testify against him in the courtroom. Some legal experts say she helped the defense. Others say she helped the prosecution. She talked a lot about Michael Cohen. What do you see happening this week?
Well, I see that the prosecution, Alan Brack's office and the District Attorney's office, I feel like this is a blow to their case in this sense. When Hope Hicks testified, that she was part of the White House team and communications during the campaign, she testified that the payment wasn't about election interference, but it was about public embarrassment. And so that certainly deals a blow to the prosecution, because the prosecution is saying that the ex-president made these payments
in order to help his campaign. And she's saying, no, this is for personal reasons. This is the same thing that we've seen a previous presidential candidate, John Edwards, when he was accused of making payments to a woman who was pregnant with a child for election money. And he said, no, it's for personal reasons. So this certainly can undo what the prosecution claims is election interference if the jury finds that it was for personal reasons, not to embarrass his family.
Here's what she said on both sides of that coin, as you just said. I'm going to read you what Ms. Hicks testified to. Quote, he was concerned how it would be viewed by his wife, and he wanted me to make sure that the newspapers were delivered to the residents that morning. That was the morning the Wall Street Journal revealed the Stormy Daniels name. But then again in the testimony, she also said this, quote, everything we talked about in the context of this time period and this time frame was about whether or not there was an impact on the campaign. You know, can you have both going on at the same time? On one level is concerned about Melania, and the other level is concerned about the campaign. And how does the jury try to navigate that?
Sure. So what's going to happen is that at summation, basically the closing, when the prosecution goes, they're going to take all the evidence that, testimony, of course, is part of the evidence. They're going to take all that testimony and they're going to hold the fact that she said everything. Remember what Hope Hicks said. Everything was about the campaign. And then they're going to bring in Michael Cohen, I believe, who's going to testify and say, this was all about the campaign. Listen to the recordings. This was all about the campaign. Don't be fooled. It wasn't for personal reasons. So that's when it's really going to come into shape. The defense is going to use that excerpt from Hope Hicks and say, remember, this is about public embarrassment. He didn't want to have the paper delivered there. This was for personal reasons. He really respects his wife, and so forth. So that's what the jury's going to chew on. So yes, you can have it both ways, and that's the beauty of our legal system, if you want to say, is that you get to mend these stories, this testimony, these evidence together to create your own story to the jury.
And in terms of Michael Cohen's credibility, you know, the defense lawyer, man, they're going to hammer on that. What do you expect that's going to be like?
That is going to be key. I mean, if you're a defense attorney like I've been, you're going to hammer Michael Cohen. You're going to hammer the fact that he doesn't personally like the ex-president, that he has a vendetta, that he's a convicted felon, and he's on his way to prison here. You're going to hammer on all that stuff, that he's just not credible, and that he's doing this for his own good. So that's going to be key. The defense is preparing for Michael Cohen. They know that he's the linchpin in this matter, this case.
Yeah, he served time for campaign violations, tax evasion that he now denies. Here's also what Ms. Hicks said about that. She said when the Stormy Daniels payments, and that was released while they were in the White House, she had a conversation with the president at the time. Her testimony said this, let me read it to you, quote, President Trump was saying that he had spoken to Michael, and that Michael had paid this woman to protect him from a false allegation, that Michael felt like it was his job to protect him. He did it out of the kindness of his own heart, she said. I would say that it would be out of character for Michael. I didn't know how to be an especially charitable person or selfless person. So some would say, you know, she's not really buying what the president claimed that this Michael Cohen did. I didn't know anything about it. At the same time, the president is actually revealing that he knew about this payment when he had denied he knew about it at all.
So there's two things here. Sure, so there's two things here. One is the fact that the defense can say that this was all Michael Cohen's setup, this was all based upon his advice, and the president took his advice on what should happen. And so we know that you can use the lawyer defense as a defense, that this wasn't my idea, this was my lawyer's idea. So I think that's what the defense is going to focus on. At the same time, the prosecution is going to say, look at this testimony once again here for Hope Hicks, that this is not something that Michael Cohen would do on his own. That this is more likely, and if you look at the other evidence, and the fact that Trump may or may not, the ex-president may or may not testify, you can put that all together, and it's going to go back to the jury, whether or not they believe which story the defense or the prosecution side. It's very interesting with the facts and the evidence here, is that it can go either way. Now, I want to say this, that this is a very unusual prosecution in this sense, though.
All right, we're going to get cut off by the computer. It's not me. Although I do have to get up early, because we'll be back with our live coverage at 6 a.m. in the morning Eastern Time tomorrow right here on the Fox News Channel. Richard, good to see you. We'll see what happens another week. Starting tomorrow morning, 9:30 is when the court gathers. We'll be right back.
Intelligence sources indicate that a previously unknown organization is attempting to undermine XCOM field operations. We believe this group harbors some misguided sympathies for the invaders and is intent on acquiring alien technology and artifacts critical to your efforts. Early reports indicate this organization calls itself Resolve. We trust you will isolate the source of this new threat and eliminate it.
To help you prevent enemies.
The council has provided some additional
20 seconds
resources
a
to help
week
us deal with
to
this
lose
infringement.
20% of
You
your
can
weight
begin
in a
scanning
year
for
with diet
additional
and
Exalt cell
exercise.
locations.
That's
and
the
launch
power
covert
of
operations to
GLP-1s
disrupt
through
your
Row.
activity via the
Connect with a
situation.
provider today at row.co/20.
What I look for in a contractor is someone who's reliable and skillful.
That's where Angie comes in. With top-rated certified pros in over 500 categories, Angie can connect you with the right pro for any home project. Find top-rated certified pros in your area at Angie.com.
Believe it or not, baby, you can earn your master's.
You're under 11,000.
Master's degree for under 11K in less than a year.
Earn your competency-based masters at University of Phoenix.
Go to 1-800-FLAX.com.
Find the perfect gift.
And wow the people you love.
Wow. This is amazing. What do you want to say? Happy birthday. So cute.
Or I love
Thank you.
you. Wow.
Go to 1-800-FLOWERS.com. Celebrate the people you love.
This is the one who keeps it moving. He stocks the right parts and knows just where to find them. Because this is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
In 3 seconds, this couple will share a perfect moment.
Oh, wow. We gotta sell our houses.
Well, almost perfect. Don't worry, just sell directly to Open Door. They'll close in a matter of days. When life's doors open, we'll handle the house.
The college campus crisis as anti-Israel protests escalate. What will it take for Biden to put an end to the unrest? Shannon has insight on Fox News Sunday.
We all know what it's like to worry, to not know.
Covert operative deployed to disrupt Exalt Cell in Egypt.
Everybody I was making was stuck on drugs. When I found out about what the United Way was doing, I was sitting inside of a building on the phone, talking with someone saying, I'm gonna lose everything. I got nothing. I might as well be dead. I'm 14 years old.
Kentucky Derby ended with one of the most dramatic finishes in its 115-year history. 18-1 shot Mystic dead and out the favorite Sierra Leone by a nose. Three-horse photo finish. Whatever done was third by a nose. It was the closest three-horse photo finish since 1947 and only the 10th Derby ever decided by such a narrow margin.
Wow. Wow, that was exciting. That's heart stopping. That's so exciting. You hear that announcer? I mean,
Eliminate the invaders.
It really was. Oh my gosh, we're back to 1 hour. Here's a nice shot of Atlanta. What's up, Atlanta? 27 vitamins and minerals. Nutrients for immune health. And it's sure complete with 30 grams of protein.
What about facts? She's shopping for a used car, but she doesn't know that nearly half of them have been in an accident. Luckily, Carfax shows how accidents impact price, so she doesn't have to overpay. Unpause. Whoa, whoa! Shop yourmoney.com.
Can you hear it? Blackstone
Okay, this is definitely gonna save it.
respond, igniting an outdoor cooking revolution, creating better.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Right, peace.
For your whole neighborhood with an endless variety of